This is a question I think for both of us, but you with more of a traditional football background and me, it's like what should be made, and this is from Luke Saihogos on Twitter. What should be made of the sudden uptick in rushing efficiency league-wide? I am working under the assumption that it is a combination of poor league-wide quarterback play, pass protection, but I also could see this just being variance. This is a great question. I think Tay Seth, former intern of mine, listener to the show as well, asked about the same thing. And this came in today, so maybe it's caught you a little off guard, Thomas. But we talk about the league not being stationary, right? What works back when Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Big Ben, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith, all those good quarterbacks are in their prime. And Alex Smith does not belong in that group, but he's a good quarterback. All those quarterbacks are in their prime versus now where it's a bunch of young guys trying to figure it out, a bunch of old guys trying to hang on, and Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I'm curious. I not just because I didn't expect the question. I would love to hear your lead in from an analytics perspective, and then I'd love to riff on it because it's another really good question. And we keep getting these great questions, and I'd love you to comment on Luke's comment first.
Yeah, so generally speaking, passing in the NFL is more efficient than running, and it's almost except for second and third and fourth and short. So second and 3 are shorter, third and 2 are shorter, fourth and 2 are shorter. Passing is more efficient than running across the board. Whether you look at yards per play, whether you look at expected points added, however you look at it, passing is more efficient than running. And so, the big thing and the other thing is that play action efficiency does not depend on the running game in any meaningful way, meaning the whole idea of establishing the run has been proven to be somewhat of a myth, meaning you don't have to run the ball 7 times for play action to work. It just works. And you look at the tracking data and stuff, linebackers move, and it's weird, right? And, as a tight end in my career, I liked running the football. No one liked pass protecting. No one liked, we all liked running the ball. So there's always, I think always pushback against analytics because analytics usually is look, you should run less. Mm-hmm. Now, running this season hasn't been more efficient than passing, but it's been more efficient than it usually is. And I think part of that reason is because teams on defense, and you look at the Fangio tree, so you look at Staley, Staley's assistant Raheem Morris, Joe Barry in Green Bay, they're playing a lot more too high, which means a lot more of pressure on interior defensive linemen and linebackers to make stops themselves, as opposed to the safety coming into the box. You're Rodney Harrison when you were in New England type of thing. Those guys are playing deeper. And so there has been an uptick in efficiency running the football this year. The question is that fundamental? Is that a real change in the league, a really response to what we're seeing? Or is that just a 1-year blip on the radar screen?
One of the things I was thinking about, we went up and down, of course, as building the Atlanta Falcons over all those years. I mean, starting with Matt Ryan back in 2008, bringing in Tony Gonzalez, bringing in Julio Jones, continuing to bring in Calvin Ridley and other, we continued to grow more and more on the athleticism side and the let's go deep, let's rip it off the top so we can do things underneath. We never 16, we Devontae Freeman, I mean, we did some good things. We were never known, but for those early years with Michael Turner, we were, right? Michael Turner rocked it for us for 4 years in those first few years. And we had a tone about us and a toughness about us under Mike Smith that was set because of the running element. Believe me, I love running. I wish that we were a better running team. I may still be there if we were a better running team,